story that came out in the Metro. This is actually a UK publication, but this story pertains to something that happened here in the US. January 25th, 2018. I'll leave the link to this article in the description box. Racist beat black man up for marrying white woman. Swirlers are simply not safe. Just not safe. This horrific photo shows the swollen face of a black man allegedly beaten to a pulp by a racist for getting engaged to a white woman. Darren Glover, 44, was attacked over plans to marry his white girlfriend in a jail ceremony at the prison where he is serving a sentence. He is said to have been battered by a corrections officer. A corrections officer did this to him. Michael Baxter, 49, at Appalachian Correctional Institute in Sneads, Florida, during July 2015. He is said to have told colleagues, Sharon Watts, that nigger didn't need to be marrying a white woman. What is this, 1955? But this just go to show you, we may be in a different era, but the attitudes are all the same. He needs to be in confinement all along. This is what his correction officer is saying. See, sometimes these correction officers are bigger criminals than the actual criminals in prison. Watts is currently giving evidence against her former colleague, reports the Northwest Florida Daily News. Now, this is what he looked like before he was beaten. Woo, he looks like a whole different person with that swollen face. But that's what he gets for swirling. You're going to pay for that mess. Glover is said to have angered Baxter over untied shoelaces during a photo shoot the previous day. He was led into an office in the prison and beaten up, it is alleged. Watts heard his scream of pain and initially helped Baxter cover up his crime by collaborating a false use of force report. See? You see how they falsify? They do the same thing that the cops do on the outside. So the correction officers beat the hell and kill these prisoners, and then they falsify a report about the incident. So there was somebody in there that was willing to help this racist correctional officer cover up this beating. She eventually owned up, explaining the crying and whining. They haven't been removed. They are still there. This was eating at me, so they got a bout of guilt, and I had to get some relief. Baxter maintained he used appropriate force and denies falsifying records, as well as using cruel or unusual punishment on an inmate. A judge is expected to deliver a verdict in the coming days. Oh, not guilty. Not guilty, because not guilty. Look, they get people off of things when black people aren't even in jail. This guy is in jail. He probably got even less protection. We have none. So what makes you think some black guy in prison got some protection? Get it? Not guilty. We already know the outcome of this. The judge is going to come back and said the right amount of force was used, blah, blah, blah. The same thing all the other devil judges around this country say. Nothing new. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell twice. Also join me over on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. Boy, I tell you what, there ain't no white woman on this planet worth all of this. Not one. Peace, family.